She's the one who got away. And now she's revealing what it was like living with America's most crazy, notorious killer.
Threatened to hang me upside down and skin me alive.
Dianne Lake, now spilling never-before-heard secrets of the horror she endured while she was under the spell of Charles Manson.
Did he sexually assault you?
Dianne Lake looks like a typical suburban housewife, but 48 years ago she was only 14 and the baby of the Manson family cult.
I was the youngest of the girls.
He had a harem, essentially.
Yes, we shared him.
How did Diane, a California teenager, wind up in Manson's inner circle?
I was lonely and I felt I didn't fit. I was jailbait. They accepted me and loved me.
She says it all started when her parents, who lived a hippie lifestyle, gave her a sugar cube of LSD, telling her she could become an emancipated minor.
I heard God's voice telling me it was time to leave home. I talked to my parents about it, and they gave me permission.
At 14 years old?
At 14.
Diane bounced around different hippie communes, eventually befriending a couple who took her in.
They took me to a party, and that's where I met Charles Manson.
What was it like to meet him?
Oh, it was incredible. He offered me a root beer and was happy to have me sit in the group and listen to his songs.
At the time, the crazy-eyed root beer swinging Manson was a charismatic guru with a ragtag band of followers.
He made you feel like there was no one else that he loved more. And I think that he had this ability to make everybody feel that way.
And it wasn't long before Diane fell under his spell.
Did he sexually assault you?
I'm not sure how to answer that. He had sex with me. I submitted to that. I didn't feel like it was an assault. It was very loving, very gentle, and instructive, really.
Diane says though she was just 14, she dove headfirst into the perverted pool of the Manson family, setting down roots at Spawn Ranch, a ramshackle former movie location just outside of Los Angeles.
I remember some good times here. I also remember some scary times.
And now Diane is taking us back to the exact location where the seeds of insanity were planted.
We had a tent here and, a fire pit.
For 2 years, Manson controlled his followers here with drugs and group sex.
How many other young women was he involved with at the time you were involved with Charles Manson?
We shared him. And, there were a few other men in the group we also shared. But for the most part, he was definitely our center.
Little did Diane know that through her drug-induced haze, the master manipulator was grooming her for his own benefit. And the gentle hand he first used to seduce her would suddenly become an iron fist.
Did Manson physically abuse you?
He did beat me. He did rape me. He had sex with me in a way that I did not want. There were a few parties that we went to where he wanted me to have sex with, the host.
Manson's magnetic personality drew people in, attracting rock stars like Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys, who moved a few members of his family into his sprawling Hollywood Hills home.
Dennis kind of saw Charlie as this love guru or whatever.
Diane says Dennis also saw raw musical talent in Manson and wanted to help launch his music career, but the bromance eventually soured.
Charlie wasn't happy with them changing his music.
After the Beach Boy blow-up, Diane says Manson descended into darkness, where the wannabe messiah preached about being at one with the universe, and spouting about the destruction of the universe and a race war which he called Helter Skelter.
Prophesying that, he was the second coming of Christ and that there was going to be this race war and that we needed to prepare for it.
The madness of that so-called race war triggered a murderous rampage at the Beverly Hills home of director Roman Polanski. with Manson ordering his minions to slaughter Polanski's pregnant wife, Hollywood starlet Sharon Tate, along with 6 others.
I just was shocked that these people that I loved both emotionally and physically in some cases were capable of perpetrating such a horrendous crime.
Meanwhile, Diane and other members of the drugged-up harem hunkered down in secret caves beneath California's Death Valley.
And how did you react in the desert when they told you about these murders?
Oh, I was scared for my life, totally overwhelmed.
What was the motive? What did they say to you?
They had to start helter-skelter.
Start helter-skelter. Butcher a pregnant woman.
Ugh. I don't know how that ever could have happened. It's just beyond me.
The Manson clan laid low, camping out at another commune. But within a few weeks, one member of the hippie death cult who had been sent to jail for another crime blabbed about her involvement in the killings to her cellmate.
She, confided in her that she had done these murders. So we all got taken down there as well for questioning, for grand jury testimony.
Diane was locked up along with the other members of the family. At 16, she was so brainwashed that she didn't reveal her true age for many months.
That was the first time I'd felt secure enough to actually say, I'm Dianne Lake, I'm 16, and I want my mommy.
Diane was transferred to a mental hospital where she stayed for more than a year, responding so well to treatment that one of her officers and his wife took her in as a foster child.
He said he saw something worth saving in me, and I think that I was somebody who could be rehabilitated and become a witness for the state.
When Manson and his disciples went on trial, Diane testified against them.
How difficult was it to testify against him?
I was afraid that he would have control over me again when I saw him in the courtroom.
With the help of Diane's testimony, the LA District Attorney's Office had enough evidence to convict Manson and 3 others, putting them away for life.
The spell was over.
Now she's sharing her never-before-told stories in Member of the Family, a book detailing Diane's chilling account of her years with the evil monster.
This book is a big deal. Why did you do it?
I was tired of keeping it a secret from friends and family.
Diane went on to have a family of her own and earn a master's degree in education, finally able to close the book on a horrifying experience.
What do you hope your book accomplishes?
I hope it's a cautionary tale for parents, also a tale about not keeping secrets because of the shame or because of the association. I didn't do anything wrong. I was 14.
Right now on our website, where are the Manson family members now? Who's still behind bars, who's out of prison, and who's been denied parole 19 times? That's all at crimewatchdaily.com. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.